intimate seminar that he was putting together about evolution. I didn't even think about evolution until then. All of a sudden, he forced me to think about evolution. So that's how the work on biological evolution took place. It's like that. I already shared with you how I got into the researching the soul. The economic thing is the latest interesting thing. There's an organization called World Business Academy. I got a call from its president one day, and he said, Amit, I want you to become a fellow of this business academy. I said, Rinaldo, I don't know anything about business. I don't know anything even about economics. So why do you want me? He said, no, but you have something to say about the worldview. And we in business need to see the consequence of this worldview to businesses, just as the question I was asked just now. So I said, okay. And what's the condition? You have to contribute once in a while. So after a long while, all of a sudden, I had an inspiration that, yes, spiritual economics can be built. I wrote some pages, and I sent it to the editor of their magazine with great hesitation. That, what nonsense I'm writing? I'm not an economist. I don't even understand economics properly, I'm sure. So what this editor will say? The editor wrote back, these ideas are extremely interesting. We are going to publish it, to my amazed surprise. So this kind of thing keeps happening in my life.
Doutora Amit, por favor. Eu quero colocar, eu discordo profundamente da Mônica quando ela diz que são livros de autoajuda. Eu acho que são livros de divulgação, de popularização de um aspecto muito novo da ciência e que precisa, que as pessoas, enfim, pode trazer muita transformação na sociedade. Mas eu queria perguntar ao senhor, dentro desse seu raciocínio que o senhor estava explicando, a sua visão de Deus, como que o senhor vê a criatividade, né? O que é a criatividade e se Deus é a criatividade?
Thank you for the question. Yes, God is the originator of all creative ideas. This is why creative people often say that the idea came to me by God's grace. Carl Friedrich Gauss said that. The great musician Brahms said that. Rabindranath Tagore, a great poet, said that. Einstein said, I did not discover the theory of relativity by rational thinking alone. Other places he said that he came to trust in God because of his creativity. So it is a common experience of people, this sudden experience that we call creative experience, this aha, this surprise. Something completely new. The context of thinking itself changes. That is precisely where the power of downward causation, this quantum freedom of choice, reveals itself. Ordinarily, we become conditioned, so our choice is very muted. Because of the conditioning, we only choose what we have already experienced before, what we have responded before. In creative experiences, nothing of that matters. No conditioning of the past, nothing known matters. It's completely delving into the unknown. So we truly get into the power of downward causation, of looking at all the possibilities and then choosing that particular gestalt which will be a solution to this problem. Of course, we choose in our unconscious. We are not conscious of the choosing process. Cosmic consciousness, God chooses for us. But notice what is happening. God is in the unconscious and I in the ego is dancing with God, because that idea, that choice has to be manifested in thought. And only ego can manifest it in thought, because that's all learned experience that has to enter. So notice how creative people have already described this process. In the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, there is a picture by Michelangelo where God and Adam are reaching out to each other. That is the picture of creative process, the flow experience that creativity researchers are discovering. This is what new quantum science tells us. But notice that it is already intuited in the minds of great creatives like Michelangelo. It's a verification of their work. So what are you waiting for? It's the wisdom, the knowledge is already there. The new science is just rediscovering and justifying, giving scientific basis for all the wisdom that already has come before my time. I don't take any credit for any of it.
Nós estamos acabando. Metaforicamente falando, e guardadas as devidas proporções, se o Copérnico voltasse hoje para anunciar o destronamento da Terra, o senhor acha que ele seria aceito incolumemente ou teríamos controvérsias e discussões?
Well, you know what happened to Copernicus. For 100 years, nobody listened to any of Copernicus until Galileo took a great amount of risk. Of course, he suffered for it too, and did something about it. So today, fortunately, we don't have to go through that. We are not burned at stake for giving radical ideas, and there is more people supporting radical ideas today. Just as in this room, I feel that I'm among friends. Even the questions that are being asked that sound a little bit difficult, but they're being asked in a very friendly way. So we have achieved this. This is an evolution of consciousness itself. We have evolved since Copernicus. So what I'm saying is that we don't have to wait for 100 years. Just another couple of decades, the new science will come into its full force. Right now, all we are asking is that call it alternative science, just as we are calling alternative methods of medicine, transpersonal psychology, and alternative psychology. Similarly, let an alternative biology develop. It already is given, that name has already been given by many developmental biologists who don't believe in Darwinism, who believe that development is important in Darwinism, which is what my theory also says. So let alternative science flourish. Eventually, this alternative science, because it is inclusive of the old science, will automatically, effortlessly become the paradigm of science, because experimental data will grow and overwhelm the normal science's objections to these theories. This is the way it always happens. It will happen again.
Obrigado. Dr. Amit, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Bem, nós queremos agradecer a presença do nosso convidado de hoje. O Roda Viva está chegando aqui ao fim. A presença do físico indiano Amit Goswami, foi o nosso entrevistado de hoje, e também da nossa bancada aqui de entrevistadores. Agradecemos também a sua atenção e a colaboração, e lembrando que o Roda Viva estará de volta na próxima segunda-feira, às 10h40 da noite. Queremos desejar a você uma excelente noite, uma excelente semana e até a próxima segunda. Obrigado pela sua atenção.